15th Amendment. Maybe you mean the Second Amendment are for whites only.
So is the Reverend right? Is the NRA racist? Our next guest certainly doesn't think so.
Colion Noir is an attorney who was hired as the organization's very first commentator. He joins us live from Dallas, where he makes his home. Colion, good morning to you.
Good morning. How's it going?
It's going okay. I'm just a little curious. When you saw Al Sharpton making those comments about the NRA and whatnot, you were probably talking at your television. What were you saying to Reverend Sharpton through the television?
Well, I was a bit confused because if he went back and recounted the history which he experienced during the Civil Rights Movement, you had organizations like the Deacons for Defense, who were a black armed self-defense organization who protected civil rights organizations, who were NRA members. Not only were they NRA members, they also bought their ammo from the NRA. So considering the racial tensions during that time period, if the NRA didn't care about black people, why were they then giving them the ammunition they needed to protect themselves from groups like the KKK? So I was a bit confused. I didn't know if he maybe just completely forgot about that part of history, or he just never cared to pay attention to it.
Well, you're a member of the NRA. Has the NRA ever asked you what color you are and based your membership on the color of your skin?
Nope, not at all. Quite frankly, when they brought me on, they pretty much were like, do what you were already doing years ago. They didn't come in and try to dictate how I said what I said and did what I did. I write all my own stuff. I say everything that I personally believe. So I'm still trying to understand where all this sentiment is coming from.
Yeah, Colion, yet you've been criticized from the left. I mean, people saying you're just being used as a spokesman. I mean, what do you say to folks that make that charge against you?
It's insulting because it insinuates that I wasn't able to get to where I'm at now based on my own merit, and that somehow just solely based on the idea that I'm black is the only reason why I'm here. So it begs the question, who's the real racist in that regard?
What do you make of Black Lives Matter? Right now, they faced a lot of controversy over the last couple of days because it was revealed. We heard from the chief of police last Friday that apparently the shooter, Micah Johnson, he said he was concerned about Black Lives Matter. He was out to kill white people, in particular white cops, things like that. How do you square what Black Lives Matter is doing now with perhaps their original intent?
Well, see, that's just it. I think right now what they're dealing with is a bit of a confusion. I think there are a lot of people vying for the spotlight in the organization who don't necessarily have the group's best intentions in mind. But then again, on the alternative, there are a lot of people who are actually trying to do the right thing, trying to start a relationship with law enforcement and the community to better improve that situation. So right now, I think they're kind of just in a cluster where no one really knows exactly what's Black Lives Matter and what's not Black Lives Matter.
Yeah. Colion, what's your message for the President of the United States who says all these problems are because of guns, that we need more gun control?
It's such an easy argument to make because there is no responsibility attached to it. He can constantly say, oh, we need more gun control to fix these problems, when anyone knows that gun control won't do anything to stop any of the situations that we've experienced over the past couple of months or even years. But what it does allow him to do is to say it and then walk away and not have to actually do anything about it. Because then he can just blame it on groups like the NRA and say, oh, well, they were at fault because they won't do anything to fix gun control.
Colion, briefly, what do you want to hear from the president today? What could he say today?
I want him to get past the political talking points beyond just the empty rhetoric and actually talk about what our issues are in this country and bring this country together so that we can actually start having an honest dialogue. Because right now what we've been dealing with is them pretty much kind of hiding the ball in respects to the issues in this country and blaming it all on the NRA or all on guns and completely avoiding what could actually fix the problems in this country. And if we can't do that or get to the point where we can talk about it honestly, we'll never fix it.
All right. Well, Fox News Channel will be covering the president's remarks later today down in Dallas. Colion, we thank you very much for joining us live.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you for having me.
You bet.
The rumors are swirling. There's a 95% chance Trump will pick Indiana's Governor Mike Pence to be his VP. Any truth to that? Well, Trump's campaign manager, Paul Manafort, is up next.
Well, we should probably ask him about that.
Okay, I will.
And she's tried just about everything.